Hey fam, it's your girl, Lady Thabang of the Burning Bush. As you know, I'm always coming to you live from my Cape Town studios in the beautiful country of South Africa. So privileged that today I am not rolling solo, right? As you can see, I have an amazing guest, the beautiful Ayabonga Qamarana, and she hails all the way from East London in the place called Mdantsane, right? So she's a homie, really, Ayabonga, so privileged to have you on the show. Welcome to the Burning Bush. Welcome to Africa USA Radio. I mean, I was going through your resume, and I think she's been busy. She's been very busy, and it's good to watch. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me to be here. I'm super excited. I cannot wait. I can't wait for us to chat about life.
Yeah, right. And what we love most as women, except chatting and shopping, right?
Yeah, yes.
Exciting stuff. Look, you are a bespoke international influencer. You've won what for two of your shows, right? You've won that award, which is amazing. Congratulations. That is your show called The Plug Show. So I did check it out. Very impressive. I know that you are a songwriter, you are a singer as well, and you're a vocal coach. You've been doing amazing things locally, nationally, and internationally. So it's really awesome to see, that you've been using what God has given you, right, to
Yeah.
really I guess bridge that gap between the two countries. I see the USA, which is what we do as well, and Africa. So
Yeah.
really, really amazing. And you've worked with amazing artists. I mean, Tokozo Mpabo, I met about her, just to name about a few. I'm just gonna stop there because you mentioned her. It's like drop the mic, if you know what I
Yeah. She's amazing.
mean. Great stuff.
Yeah.
So listen, first thing is first, where did this journey start for you? Let us know, how did you discover that you had a thing for singing? Where did it begin? And what age was that?
It began when I was young. I was really young. When people say that I started singing when I was 3 years old, they're not lying.
Wow.
They not. I know a lot of people have that question like, yeah, this one. Like with me too. Like with me, I started singing. I think I was around 5, 6.
Mm.
And like every time there was a rehearsal at home, because my parents used to have choirs, I used to sing with them. I used to go at shows with them. So from a
Wow.
very young age, I knew that I could sing.
Mm.
But
Mm.
I have to say this music journey has been long. I have to tell
Mm.
you this because my parents, it's so funny, even though my parents had these choirs and stuff, they didn't want me to go into music. You know, like
Do you have any reason why? When they say like you better be a lawyer, you better be a doctor, if at all be a teacher,
they wanted
were
me
they
to
on
be a
that?
doctor. Let me tell you, they wanted me to be a doctor. And my maths was like, no, girl, you can't be a doctor. And I think it only synced in when I was like in my 20s
Yeah.
that actually this is what she wants to do. Because
Mm.
I even went to varsity and I studied something that I didn't like.
Right? Oh
But
man.
because I want my parents to be so proud of me. But
Mm.
while I was at school, I used to struggle because I knew that this is not what I want.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
And
not.
yeah, and that's the thing right there. We're gonna here at the Burning Bush, we call it what it is, okay?
Yeah.
Parents, especially in African communities, what is up with this thing of trying to like impose, which career your child should
Yeah.
take, because we can't all be doctors. We thank God for our doctors and our teachers, lawyers, etc., but come
Yeah.
on, there can only be so many. Because now imagine had you not pursued your career as a singer, you wouldn't have performed with the likes of Ntokozo, you would have performed with the likes of Nati, Mankayi,
Yeah.
like you wouldn't have journeyed in what really made you happy. So yeah, kudos to you for sticking your ground. What was
You
it like, being a background vocalist? What's involved in that? Because we see that when we watch a show, right, we do see the background singers, but most of the time we're like, okay, so that is the vocalist right there, the lead vocalist, if I should put it that way.
Mm.
What is involved? I'm sure there's a lot involved in the background in getting to rehearsals, and what is that
Mm.
process like? Because I've always been fascinated really to find out what is really happening behind the scenes as far as our background vocalists are concerned.
Yeah. You know, I always say this, the people that really work are the people that are behind the one, you know, the one
Mm.
that's standing in front. I'm not saying
Mm.
that they don't work, but the people that really put on the work are the
Mm.
backing vocalists, are the musicians that are playing, you know, behind. It takes
Mm.
a lot of work because
Mm.
first of all, I have to learn people's songs. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you, ne, coming to me. You already know your song, you know.
Right.
So I have to interpret the song the way that you want it. So I have to learn how you want me to sing the song. It's not about me. I come and I sing very nicely. No, I have to know how
Mm.
Thabang wants me to sing his song.
Sure.
So it requires rehearsals. It requires, you know, to really know your story more than anything.
Mm.
To know your story,
Mm.
because I
Mm.
tell you that most of those artists, they want things the way that they want them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. True.
when I sing for, let's make an example for Unati, you know,
Mm.
Nati, there's a way that you have to sing for Nati. And
Right.
Nati, for example, Nati is not a gospel artist. So
Mm.
also there's a difference when I have to sing for a gospel artist and also I have to sing for like an Afro soul artist.
Exactly.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's a lot of work. I always
Yeah.
say, and I'm always like an advocate for the background singers because
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
hard. So, but
Yeah.
I enjoy it more than anything.
Yeah. Because I love music. I love music, and I look at what everybody's bringing to the table, and more
Mm.
often I feel like what you just mentioned now, right? You carry the lead vocalist, the background vocalist is like you literally carry them throughout the song, and that part where you said is like every artist is different and they want
Yeah.
that song to sound like it's theirs, and you can't come in now and bring in what would sound like what would Ntokozo, for example, prefer is
Yeah.
different from what Nati would prefer. And that is the
Mhm.
truth. And it is a lot of hard work. Like, man, I mean, everything comes out there polished, but the tears and the blood and the sweat, nobody really talks about that.
They don't. They don't.
Yeah.
We always laugh, you know, because you look at the show. The show is like 2 hours, and then you
Yeah.
look back like we rehearsed for like a month
A
to
month.
have a
Yeah.
2 hour show, and the show just comes in and it's quick, and you think, yo, we spend a lot of time,
True that.
you know.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it.
Mm.
I wouldn't, you know, trade it for anything.
But I admire what you're doing though, being that voice, being that face for, I
Mm.
guess, as much as they are background vocalists, but it's like their voice is sort of like suffocated or pretty much like kept on the down low. You don't get a
Yeah.
platform to speak for what your concerns are, what you're experiencing, what your challenges are. So really, I take my hat off for you for sticking up and speaking the truth about, hey guys, it doesn't end here. There's more here.
Yeah.
There's more going on to putting this show for 2 hours together, and we are the people who are holding everything together. So I really adore you for doing that. Now let's come in and fast forward to the Plug Show. How did that come about? YouTube came along, and there you are doing amazing things on that
Mm.
platform as well. And congratulations on your award. I know you scooped the International Influencer Award, on two of your shows. So how did the Plug Show come about? What is that about?
You know, it's so funny because people who know me, they know I'm really like a quiet person. Yeah. I'm very reserved, you know. And
Mm.
people were so shocked when I said I'm gonna have a show. Like you,
Like,
when
Ayabonga, really?
you know. But I was like, you know, I sit down and I was like, like what we just spoke about. I'm like, a lot of people always celebrate the artist. You know,
Mm.
you'll never ever have like a show where you invite like that guy who plays drums, or that guy who
Right.
plays a piano, or that girl who sings also. It's always the artist, you know, a famous artist. I'm like, but those artists can't do what they do without these guys. So my YouTube channel, I was like, I need to celebrate my fellow, you know, musicians, you know, my
Love it.
fellow colleagues, you know,
Love
that's why
it.
I'm like, I need to give them flowers, because I can see that no one is giving us
Yeah.
flowers. You know, I'm gonna include myself. You know,
Yeah.
it's always when you get radio stations, it's always that famous artist, but you'll never
True.
get an Ayabonga who sings for these people. So that's how
Sure.
I started my YouTube channel. I'm like, no man, and
Yeah.
these people work. These
True
people
that.
sing. These
Yeah.
people are talented, and
Yeah.
people need to know that there's more than, you know,
Yeah.
these people. There are other people that are involved. So that's how I started my YouTube channel, just to
Yeah.
celebrate.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And do you think that's one of the reasons why you get a lot of groups, you know, because also in groups you always get that one or two lead singers and then everybody's always humming in the background. Do you guess maybe that's perhaps why some groups dismantle, you know, even international groups have breakaways, you know, you find somebody doing their own thing. I'm not going to mention names. And then you also find background, you know, vocalists who move from one artist to that, being background singers from one artist to the next, also coming up and doing their own thing. Do you think that's one of the reasons they feel like they are overlooked and not appreciated, and their talent is not really being, you can't really go to the fullest you as Aya, you know, as the brand Aya, because you're always behind somebody who's already an established brand or an emerging one?
Yeah, I think it is, especially with the groups, you know. I always say that you have to be careful to have that one star in it,
uh
you know, because we are human beings. We
that's
are
true.
we are human beings. If I see that it's always Thabang who's getting the compliments,
mm,
or always her who's leading
mm,
the songs, I'm gonna question,
mm.
like, what, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
don't am I not talented?
Yeah.
Why am I not singing? Why am I not getting compliments? You know, that's why
Mm,
I always say that even with the groups, let
mm.
everyone share the platform. You know,
Yeah.
we are different. There's a reason why I sound the way I sound. There's a reason why I have
Right.
this. There's a reason why
Right.
you have that voice. You know,
Right.
so
Right.
all of us, we should shine in our own, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
places, in
Yeah.
our, because
Yeah.
there's I always say, I always embrace people who know me. They know that I love embracing everyone, because there's a reason why you are Thabang. There's a reason why I am Aya. There's a reason why there's an
Mm,
Angela there, out there. And
mm.
also, we will not touch the same people, you know.
True that.
There are
Yeah.
people that are called for Aya. There are people that are
Yeah.
called for, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So
I
now
love
I
that.
can't be like, I can't close, you know,
Mm.
doors for Otaban just because I
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
start.
Yeah. Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I won't touch people the way you will touch them, and I have to be
Mm.
okay with that. You know,
I love that.
but so the hands, I always advocate that, even with, if we are singing, I always say that give everyone a shot. Like,
Yeah.
I give everyone. I don't like to be the center of attention. People know
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna give me you know, an opportunity, don't just give it to me alone.
Yeah. Open it up. Yeah. Yeah.
Open
That's
it up
true.
to everyone. I'm saying that the pie is big for everyone.
Yeah. There's enough going around. There
That's
is enough
enough.
going around. I love that, because everybody's got like this crab syndrome where it's like, I gotta have to pull Aya down for me to go up. Why must somebody be sacrificed or really like smashed for a person to be elevated? We can all get to where we need to go. And I love what you said now is you speak to a different, you know, group of people as I would speak to a different group of people, but together we can really do beautiful things. We
We
can do
can.
amazing things if we just appreciate what each one carries. That is so beautiful. With your experience, having worked with really such household brands, household names, what do you think could be done differently in the music industry to change the narrative, to change exactly what you are talking about, be it government, be it myself, just a normal fan out here, community members, the music industry itself, the key players, record labels, etc., etc. What is one or two things that come to mind that you think they can do differently to make sure that everybody's voice is actually heard, especially that of background vocalists? I mean, what do you think they can do differently? Something has got to change. I mean, I believe something got to change, So what do you think that is? What can we do to improve that situation?
I always, with me, I always look inside myself in the sense that before I go and ask for help from Thabang, what did I do?
Yeah.
Like, did I just complain and just sit and not do anything? And a lot of background singers and musicians, they don't have the voice for themselves. Before we go into the corporate in the recording and what, if we could be united, Nji, as background singers and say that, let me make an example. If an artist comes and says, I'm going to pay you 1,000, an example. I stand and say, I know that I can't accept that because I work very hard to be earning peanuts,
Right.
But because we also, there's a desperation also because we also want money, When someone comes and says, I have the 1,000, I'll take it because I'm like, I don't have another option,
Right.
But I think this thing starts with us.
True.
I told myself, because I was also that girl who just took every opportunity. If there's a 1,000, but I was like,
you're selling yourself short.
Like,
it's true. It's a real thing.
No, man, you know that you can't do this because people won't take you serious.
True that.
If you don't take yourself serious, people won't take you serious. So before we go to other people looking for help, what are the background singers doing for themselves?
In the meantime, very good point. Good point.
What are we doing? Are we standing together? Do I have a voice for myself when someone comes and I can see that this one is trying to, come with shady business? Do I
shady dealings?
Do I stand and say, I'm not gonna know? No, because I know I deserve better. I know I work, hard, so I should be paid. Cool money.
Yes, that's true.
I should be getting these opportunities because I have experience, So I always, with me, because people always say, no, what other people, can other people do? No, let's start with
let's start. I love it. So you hold yourself accountable. So it's not like you're going out there, you complain, but you are not trying to, within your own strength, do what you can to manage what you see clearly. It's kind of like an injustice or it's not working. So really, there's a brave thing to do. It's not an easy thing to do. It takes a lot of courage because you're stepping on toes. You got people looking at you like, come on now, because you are coming out with something that, for how many years we don't have these conversations on a daily basis? For me, it's my first time I get to speak and experience, like, what is it like for you, as a brand? And that's what I think people forget. You're also a brand. You're not just Aya, you are Aya, the brand. So you must be treated like the brand. And I love it when you said that I'm not going to sell myself short anymore. I am going to get paid what I know I deserve to get paid because I've built this thing. I've got experience. I've done my work. And I think if people moved with that kind of perception and being intentional, that will change the game for real. I
Yeah.
think it will really change the game. So keep doing what you're doing, girl. That's all I'm saying. Just keep doing what you're doing. Listen, I see that you are also very busy on the international landscape. I love it. You have been speaking to the likes of Tiff Joy. I gotta drop names. Tiff Joy, Donna Lawrence, Divinity Rocks, you know, Beyonce's music girl. Come on now, you know, take me through that. What's been happening? You know, this is very impressive. So clearly you've transitioned, you've grown, and you are speaking to all these different, very affluent, very bespoke, well sought after brands within the music industry. You know, who was your first? When did it start? And what is your angle? What are you trying to really achieve by engaging with this kind of international artists? What is the conversation about?
I don't want to lie. When I first did it, you know when you like, let me try something new. Let me try, because it was during COVID, and I won't lie, I was bored. I wanted to do something, I wanted to do something new, and because I sang and worked with some international artists, I was like, let me like do like an interview with them. So I inboxed one of the guys, Jamal Evans, who came to East London, and I was one of the BBs for him. And we were very close. People love me, apparently.
Yeah. No, girl. I mean, you got that aura about you. I feel that love. I feel it.
So
it's your good aura. People are drawn to good aura. Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I have a birthday, and because we are on lockdown, so I won't be able to celebrate my birthday. So let me just have like an Instagram birthday bash where I can just interview one of my favorite artists.
Nice.
And he was like, no, it's fine. And also, who says no to someone who's saying it's their birthday? Like,
I mean, come on, right? No,
so
you cannot. Not on the birthday. You have to say yes.
On the birthday.
Any day but the birthday, especially as girls. No, birthday is a big deal. Like,
it's a big deal for us. So he was like, no, it's fine. I'll do it. And then I inboxed another one who Zeke is a Zeke Tambleton, another amazing, international artist. And he was like, no, I'm down for it. Also, I was so surprised that they actually replied to my messages. I'm like, these people have a lot of followers,
Right, yeah, exactly.
So
right.
On the day of my birthday, no, I did it the day before. I did it the day before my birthday. But I was on Instagram. It was my first time going live on Instagram. And then I added my first guest, which I love. And then I saw people were watching. It was like 75 people watching. I'm like, eh? So people are watching me. And I saw
I love it.
The comments were like, no, we love this. And people started engaging. People started asking questions,
Yeah.
And then after the Instagram chat, I got compliments. We loved it. We wish you could do it more. And then I thought to myself,
maybe there's something here.
Yeah, hi man, maybe there's something here. So I started inviting, and it's so amazing that they actually replied and answered.
Right? Yeah.
And I was like, no man, I'm meant to do this because it's not hard. This is when I saw that this is what I was meant to do. The fact that
that's beautiful.
Not hard for me. The fact that I didn't have to try that hard to get this.
Yeah.
And for me, I saw that, but actually this is a learning curve for me that we tend to limit ourselves.
True.
As people. And then me seeing that I can actually, reach out to international people who are behind by 6 hours, You know,
Yeah.
I can,
Yeah.
I can
Right.
reach them, talk to them, talk to the people that I thought that I would never talk to. I mean,
Mhm.
Donald Lawrence, a
I mean,
legend,
come on, right?
a
Exactly.
gospel legend, who said yes
Right.
to a South
Yeah.
African girl who he doesn't even know. You know,
So
that's when
beautiful.
I was like, no man, this show is to show people that if you put your mind to anything, you can do
Mm.
it.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
that's
can do
very
it.
true.
Like you
Yeah.
can do it. I always say at the end of my shows that there should be like a way for you to really think that, hey man, if
Yeah.
I can speak to these people, I can
Yeah.
also do something amazing, G.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I can do
Yes.
something great. You know, it
Yes.
blows. I don't wanna lie. It blows every time I speak to these people. It blows my mind. I
Well,
am blown away because I'm like, it's me. Like,
right.
it's me. Like
Yeah.
I speak to. I have to tell you this before we move. People who know me, they know that I love Pastor Mike Todd. And
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Me too. Love him. He's
love him.
awesome. He's awesome.
One of my chats, let me tell you, one of my chats, he actually watched one of my chats.
What? That's amazing.
And I'm
That's
thinking to myself,
crazy.
it's crazy. Because I was
True.
like, what? I'm like, I this person that you watch every Sunday and you never thought like you could meet, you never thought like
Yeah.
he would know you. This person is here watching. And the chats became crazy because people saw that he was watching.
He was watching. Yes,
He was
yes, exactly.
and commenting. He was not just
Mm.
watching, he commented on my IG chats. I'm like,
Amazing.
that was amazing. And that's when I knew out that God is amazing. I was like,
Yeah.
this just proves to me that God is just amazing. Because
Yeah.
there's no way where I thought that Mike
Yeah.
Todd would watch
Right. No, I
Ayabonga
mean, you
from
are being
Ghana.
honest, you know? Yeah, you are being honest because he's got a lot of people, I'm sure, that knocks on his door looking for his time. And he can be, I'm sure he's crazy busy with the schedule
He's
that he has. And
crazy
here,
busy.
yeah. And here he makes time to check what you're doing. So I guess you know what we always say this even from pulpits. I mean, I'm a preacher, right? So we are always there's always that teaching where when God has anointed you to do something, like you're saying, it comes with ease, you know, because you
Yeah.
carry the grace to do it, and people see that grace. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who they are. And when we were talking, I was reminded by this verse. That your gift will make room for you and it will bring you, in front, or you'll be seated in front of
Yeah.
kings. And that's exactly what I see happening, with your life, with that story you shared right now, is because if God has anointed you to do it, and where you said you gotta try something new, it was probably like God saying it's time, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, because how else were you gonna then move to interview, the big shots that you have interviewed, let alone that
Yeah.
Mike Todd having time to sit and watch
Oh.
one of your chats. So I think it was probably just God confirming that, hey, I'm trusting you with this. Keep going, keep going, keep going. So, girl, keep flying that South African flag very high. Okay, we'll be right behind you. And don't forget
Yeah.
Africa USA Radio 1 2 right next to it,
Yes. Yeah.
No, that's beautiful. That's a really beautiful story. Very encouraging, And that's the nice thing about social media. That's the nice thing about the era we live in, where literally by a touch of a button, you can organize an interview, the person, you can engage, because that's what's been happening with you. But I like to ask my guests this, because we're not going to pretend that social media is going to go anywhere anytime soon. And at the same time, we're not going to pretend that it doesn't have, the negative effects, especially for us women. Lord, I get so tired of the makeup tutorials. Nothing against makeup artists, I love you all, but man, that's flooding everything that you check out. Like everything is more always about the outer appearance, improving the outer appearance. Nothing wrong, we are girls, I love looking good, but now to a point where like you can't even go to a store and put on your sketchy jeans, you know what I mean, and just a top, and you know what I'm saying. And we know the mental effect it had, especially on young girls and young guys, the pressure, that social media brings. Like, you gotta be like this one, gotta drive that car, have that phone, have those sneakers, have this, then the list goes on. So for you, right, and especially because of the youth and what they're experiencing with suicide and stuff like that, what has been your takeaway in the best relationship or the best way to engage with social media? If somebody was looking for advice now, saying that I am being swallowed up by social media, how, help me, what are the tools that you are using so that I don't get caught up with this thing and it doesn't rule my life, it doesn't take over my life, because it can do that. And that's why people go into depression. That's why we see, suicide has just kind of like, the numbers are staggering, especially among the young people. What advice would you give that person on how they should best approach social media? And I mean, it's not like it's a one answer. It differs from one person to one person. But I want to hear from you as Aya, because you are in that space. What has been, your tool that you've used on how to best engage with social media in a healthy way, so that you don't get caught up in its web, so to speak?
Yeah, it always makes me laugh. Every time I go into Instagram, and I scroll and I scroll and I scroll, it always reminds me, Okuba, hey, not everything that you see is real.
True that.
Because I always have this thing, why when you want to post on Instagram, that when you take your selfie, you will take 10 selfies.
100 and counting.
And 100
true.
Counting. But you will choose only
so true.
One.
Yeah. True that.
That perfect one. Why?
Yeah, the angle.
That angle, that why don't you want the first one that you took? The first one that you took. Why don't you want to post it? Because as society, we try so hard to act like we are perfect. We have everything. We have we post with filters, I'll actually confess this. I struggle with pimples in my face, and most of the time, when I do my lives, if you can go and check my lives, I've never done my live without doing my makeup, because that's one thing I'm still working through it. I'm insecure about
I love that.
How people are gonna see me. Even what I'm doing with you today is actually huge for me. The fact that I'm with you.
I love it.
I didn't put on makeup. I didn't put on because I was like, at some point you need to be okay with the way that you look. This is how I look. This is me.
I love that.
So, I need to. Every time I remind myself that you are not perfect, and
100%.
no one is perfect.
True that.
Like that celebrity that you love, that celebrity that you like. We saw Will Smith clapping someone here, and now his life was falling apart. Will Smith is followed by millions of people.
True.
You'll never think that Will Smith would like
on that stage on that platform.
On that platform.
In front of how many billions of people were watching? Come on.
It shows
you're not perfect.
Everyone is a human being. Everyone is not perfect. So you shouldn't try to be perfect.
Exactly.
You shouldn't try to. Also, we try so hard to fit in. I am tired of fitting in.
I know, girl. There.
If you don't like me the way that I am, please, leave me
alone.
Keep
walking.
I can't.
I love that.
Leave me alone. So also, there's a even I gave myself like a time limit to be on social media. I would give myself like, if I'm going to go on Instagram, maybe be there like for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't go over 20 minutes, because you'll scroll and then you will see something else, and then you'll be hooked, and then you'll see, and then you'll stay, and then you'll see. You know, that's how you get hooked. Also, you have to have a social media break.
Yes, fasting. Yes. I call it social media fasting. You have to like cut it at some point. Yeah.
Like disconnect from social media. Like disconnect.
Sure.
I even, with me, as hard as it is, I even delete WhatsApp, because it can be overwhelming.
Can be too much.
Everything can be overwhelming. I need that time to be alone, the time to connect with God, because there's a lot coming in. And then you won't even hear the voice of God, because
Amen.
There's Instagram, there's WhatsApp.
Oh yes. Voices everywhere. Yeah.
I didn't get back to this person. I didn't. That time God wants to speak to you and you're busy with things that are not important, you know. So for my young people, you know, because I love young people.
Same here. I'm passionate about the youth. Yeah.
I'm passionate about the youth. I also have a baby face. A lot of people think I'm 21,
15.
And
no, we can't complain. Can't complain. I'd rather be saying 15, not 50, you know. Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good, you know. I always say to them that they also have to surround themselves with young people that are like them.
That's right.
You know, I was actually having a conversation with one of the girls yesterday, and she was telling me that she's starting to notice that she's actually changing.
It's good.
And I asked her, because she moved from home to go to varsity, and she was telling me, "Sis Aya, you know, I don't like this person that I'm becoming." And I said,
right.
Let me ask, how are your friends? Who do you spend time with?
True
and
that.
She told me, like, no, I met these girls, and these girls like to go out. These girls like to do this. I'm like, okay, now I understand why you are saying you feel like you are changing, because you used to go to church, now you don't go to church.
Right.
Because there's the people that have surrounded you.
Yeah.
You know, don't go to church.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always say that you can't influence. If you are 1 and they are 10, you won't be able to influence 10 people all by yourself.
No.
They'll be those 10 people are gonna influence you. You know?
That's very true.
So if you are going with a crowd that loves things, probably you will love things.
Exactly. No, that's true. Yeah.
If you're going with a crowd who do that and that, you will become those. So
that is so true.
You have to just your surroundings. It doesn't start with you being old. As young as you are, you need to
start there.
You start there. You need to check, who are my friends? What? You know, why am I friends with this person?
Yeah.
And a lot of girls, we always do this. We become friends. I've become friends with you because you are pretty. And you look nice. And you have nice things.
People hang out at certain places. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Who are you? You know, inside.
Exactly.
Who is Thabang?
What's happening there? What's going on in there?
When Thabang wakes up, does she pray?
Yes.
You know,
exactly.
Does she read the word?
Yes.
You know, so it's one of the things where I'm like, I tell my girls all the time, like, you need to be with people that are like you.
That's very true.
I always say, nah, I don't even mind. If you feel like I'm the odd one, if you feel like I am weird, if you feel like,
no, Yeah.
when you always talk about God, no, you always talk about church. It's okay.
Mm.
Hi,
Nah, it's all good. It's all
it's
good.
all
Rather
good.
chill with my Jesus there.
It's Jesus or nothing. That's it.
Exactly. And that's it right there. That's it right there. Jesus or nothing. So many times you get good girls compromising. Why must they compromise? If they don't respect the fact that you are on a journey with Christ, and when you're on a journey with Christ, you mentioned it already, changes start to happen. And right there, you reminded me of a verse that says, talking about the company that you keep, which is very important, what you are mentioning now, saying that bad company corrupts good character. They are going to corrupt you. They are going to corrupt you. The Bible says it, the Bible doesn't lie. So what you're saying is, be vigilant and be aware of who you bring into your space, because you are going to be absorbing, consuming things at the end of the day, like you just said so beautifully, are going to be toxic, and you start losing yourself slowly but surely. You are losing yourself. You start losing you literally change so you can fit into that group. But we're not called to conform to the patterns of this world. We know that as women of God, like, oh, no, 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 no. We're supposed to be transforming the world. So we don't go in the direction the world goes. We go in the opposite direction. Because the Christ in us is not here to be friends with the world. He's here to transform, change, and bring about healing, restoration, deliverance, salvation. The list goes on. But he uses people everywhere. For me, it's not about, I need to jump on the pulpit, and that's where the job gets done. No, where the job needs to get done is in those places, in that backstage when you are busy preparing. It's ministry. When you're talking to that young girl, that's ministry. Everywhere you go, in the parking lot, in the grocery store, it doesn't matter. You are always consistently ministering something. And I love what you said also about the outer look. Too much emphasis is being put on the outside. Are we doing the work on the inside? But can an inside, I want to go now into Afrikaans quick, but I'm saying, like, what is going on in here? Let's look at things that matter, because God doesn't look at outside appearances. You said it. He looks at the heart. Are we doing the work where it really matters? To God especially, because he's interested in the motives of the heart, the condition of our hearts. And by so doing, we put such a mask over us that, if I come at you and I'm plastic and I'm being fake, I rob you of experiencing who I am. And if you come to me and you're plastic and fake, I'll never know who Aya is. And I'll never love Aya, because now Aya is busy being Sarah. You know what I'm saying? Busy being Tendi. Tomorrow she is not Hando. Like, I don't know who I'm looking at all the time. And we get a lot of those things with the youth, where they are finding it hard to find themselves. But like you're saying, it starts with who you surround yourself with, and then there we can build each other up. I mean, if you and me, we are friends, and you see that I'm going off course, and you know that we are all about Jesus, as a good friend, you'll be like, but Thabang, I don't know what you're doing. I see something there that I don't understand. You love me enough to be like, come back. What's going on? What's happening? Let's talk about it. Why are you going sideways? Why are you jumping off the boat? Jump back into the boat with Christ. So yeah, I mean, we can go on with this conversation. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. I'm having a ball. I'm like literally being ministered to also. I love conversations like this, honest, real conversations, where we just speak the truth and we are honest with each other. Put away the masks, put away the facade, and let's talk the real truth. And I feel like that's where people can relate, because we're going through stuff. We're not going to pretend here that we're not going through stuff. We're going through a heck of a lot of things. But when we speak about it, we can walk with each other, genuinely journey, with one another. And that's what I appreciate. I mean, I just picked it up right off the back. Authentic. And I was telling my friend all the time, I'm like, y'all, we all about authenticity. Keep it real so that we get to the real stuff, Otherwise, what's the point? You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, we can carry on, and we are gonna be soon running out of time. But before I let you go, could you please just share your social media handles, of course, about your show as well, the Plug Show. Let us know where we can catch that, your social media handles, if you have a website or contact details that you would like to share, particularly because there could be a young girl listening to you right now, a young boy listening to you right now, and they want to touch base with you just to speak further about this conversation. conversation because I think it's very, very important. So won't you just share those with our listeners as well, please?
Okay. On social media, on Facebook, I'm Ayabonga Qamarana, Ayabonga On
Love
Instagram,
it.
Aya underscore Qamarana, Aya with an H. On Instagram, on Twitter, I am at A Qamarana. Which one? Or you can watch my YouTube show. It's The Plaque Show with Ayabonga Qamarana on YouTube. Then on Instagram, you'll get my chats there. You
Love
will
it.
see. You will see everybody there.
Everybody.
Everybody's there.
Loving it. I love it, man. I love it. That's so beautiful. Because at the end of the day, yeah, that is the kind of conversations we need to be having with one another. I'm sure. Can you hear me on your other side there, Aya?
Yes, yes.
Yes, fantastic. All right, cool. That's what I love, these conversations, because our person can go back and see who you've been talking to, what you've been
Yeah.
talking about, and get encouraged from that. And maybe learn a skill or two because you've been doing this for quite a while. So, yeah, I mean, clearly Stimyad is saying wrap it up, ladies, so we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much, Aya. It's been amazing. It's been such a blessing and such a
Amazing.
privilege. I could talk to you forever. You are such a refreshing soul, such a refreshing spirit about you. Continue continue in this journey. God has called you for it. He's raising you up for it. And us as Africa USA Radio, just know that you have our support and we're really behind you. You will be in our prayers, and trusting that God will use you in such a profound way to be his instrument to heal, those who are hurting, to bring back those who are lost in a way that he has ordained you and anointed you to do. So thank you so much, woman of God. You are such a blessing to the nations already. You are walking that path. So yeah, really, really such a privilege to have had you on the burning bush.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed myself. Thank you.
Awesome. Do take care, Aya. Know that you're in our prayers. And again, I will make sure to share your social media handles on our pages so people would know how to get a hold of you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Take care. Stay blessed.
So.